Welcome everyone. With our continued coverage of the Pakistan Female Online Olympiad, we finally entered into the female section. So, the first game which we will be analyzing will be of Noor Rashid. She's a splendid player. She's from Lahore, I believe, and she was kind enough to share her chess journey with me. And in her own words, I'll just read it out. I started chess in 2017 at Webster University in the USA. I only knew how to move the pieces back then. Susan Polgar was the head coach there, and at the time she taught me all about professional chess. I managed to secure a chess scholarship and continued to learn bit by bit till I made it to Team Pakistan. I don't think I'm going to be stop playing anytime soon. So yeah, those were her words about her chess journey thus far, and all the more best to her for her future. Interesting to note about her is that she's actually beaten me twice, in fact. Now, first time was I believe in 2017 in a casual game after a tournament, and the second time was quite recently, in fact, at the I think the Kashmir Day Open Chess Championship. Yeah, a classical game. She beat me. Nothing more to it. Uh, about the game, she shared her analysis with me too. I'll try to include that as well in my analysis of the game. So yeah, her opponent was a woman, I think FIDE master or something. Yeah, woman FIDE master, Sojana Lohani, who was from Nepal. So she had the black pieces, and her opponent started the game with d4. d4, d6, knight f3, knight f6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, castles, castles. And so basically, this is the Indian defense with Tartakover variation. It's black plays, both sides play a modern opening, and it's a fairly complicated opening. I have a lot of problems dealing with such play, and it just shows how mature both of these players are in regards to their chess. So, striking in the center with c4, knight bd7, knight c3, c6, keeping a small center, giving up the complete center with e4, and finally she goes for the first break with e5, e5. Yeah. So d5. Obviously, you don't take on e5, and obviously you don't take on d5 either. Close of the position with c5. Although this is an inaccuracy, it's really hard to convert. Just so you guys know, top level engine and theory suggests the move knight c5, which is pretty much equal for both sides. After knight d2, knight d3, queen e2, rook capture c1, rook a capture c1. You either go for h5 or you either go for c5. Both these moves are valid nowadays. So after d5, the move c5 was played, and rook e1. Ideas over here. So the ideas are pretty much simple. You want to rewrite the knight over here to e3. Go for this f4 pawn break anytime. Sorry, consolidate with b3 if, for example, yes, black goes for a6, b5, and the game will continue with white enjoying a slightly better position. It would be easier. Let's just say it will be easier for white to play this than black. So knight b6, been a bit of an inaccurate move. Don't know what the ideas over here are. Probably to free up this bishop. Uh, b3, consolidating. a6, h3. h3 seems like a weird move to me. Uh, Better would have been to continue with a4, a5, which yeah, like just push, keeping up more space on the queen side. But okay, h3 is valid too. Nothing too wrong with that. Bishop d7, queen c2, eyeing that weak h3 pawn. King protects with h2. Over here, maybe h4, h5, h4. But yeah, it's probably too ambitious. But okay, so Queen goes back to d8. Knight comes out to d3 as we talked about before. f4 is coming. Queen rook c8. I mean, the rook doesn't have that much scope. Uh, it's just this type of position that black will have to wait and see as to what white does. So f4, e takes f4, bishop captures f4, and the last piece is activated. So g4, oh sorry, bishop e8. Now bishop e8 is another completely inaccurate move. I don't like it because of the fact that you're just putting this piece back, but probably its idea is to bring this knight over here and probably bring this knight over here as well and try to trade off pieces because that's what you should do. Because and if you enter into an endgame, this should be an easy to hold draw, but the fact that this pawn is a backward pawn and this pawn is a backward pawn could lead to dangers in the endgame. But let's see. Over here, g4 was played, threatening to play g5, h6 to prevent g5, and with the move e5, you bust open the position and try to get an attack going. Obviously, you don't want to wait this out, as they say. So after e5, d captures e5, knight captures e5, and a nice move g5, pushing the bishop away. Bishop goes back to g3, knight bd7, trading off pieces, as I said you should do, and her opponent blunders with the move queen f5. I'd like you guys to find the moves over here. Obviously, there's great equality after knight captures e5. Not equality, even an advantage really. Bishop captures e5, and over here, bishop d7. Her pieces are suddenly active now. Better than Queen f5 was simply continuing development and playing chess with Rook ae1, Knight captures e5, Bishop captures e5, Knight d7, Queen f2, and just play chess. And you're enjoying a comfortable position. You've got space on the queen side. Any endgame should favor you. Um, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, black has weaknesses all over the place, and when you're knight and your everything is on the first rank, eighth rank for black, things don't end up well. But okay, uh, black was able to fight for an advantage over here, and her opponent did end up blundering with this move. I'd like you guys to find the winning move, and yes, it is simply giving a check with the queen over here and picking up the queen over here. But she missed that move, and I mean, you're playing in a tournament representing Pakistan at the highest level. Mistakes are bound to happen. So she missed that move and traded queens, which is a draw, which was nice for Pakistan. It's all Pakistan really needed. So bishop captures d8, rook captures d8, queen captures f5, bishop captures c3, and it's a pretty drawish variation. I mean, you could even say black has some sort of an advantage because this bishop doesn't have any scope. This bishop can only come over here and then maybe over here. Okay, there isn't that much scope for this bishop in the future. Sorry, over here. So rook c1, knight bishop d4, rook e1, rook f e8, offering a trade because well, Noor said that when she saw that the bishops had the rooks had traded off, the resulting endgame would be a draw, and all she needed was in fact was a draw. So she said that her main aim right now in this position was to trade rooks. So that's exactly what she did. Rook goes back, she consolidated her position, made her bishop come to a more active square. Uh, Over here, even black can claim an advantage, really, saying that he has great control over the e file, and this bishop is pretty bad compared to this bishop. So, king coming up, some moves were made, and over here, Sojana found a really nice way to trade off the rooks, because obviously those rooks are pretty strong. I don't see any other option really. So after trades. This is just a dead draw. Some moves were repeated. The position was consolidated over here. There's pretty much nothing both sides can do. All black has to do is just repeat moves. So that's exactly what was done. Moves were repeated, and this just ended in a draw. So Noor was able to draw an opponent higher rated than her and who also had a title. So yeah, this was it for the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any more games you want to show me or want me to analyze in the which were played in the FIDE Online Olympiad by Pakistan, do let me know in the comments. Most of you guys have my WhatsApp number. Message me over there as well. I'm always available. Until then, until next time, Allah Hafiz.